What's up, fam? This is Blissfully Dope. Good to be back on. I decided to jump on because I haven't been on in a very long time, and my content that I had previously posted, well, I took it down by request, not because of the content exactly, but because of the quality of the content. hmm I'm trying to up my game. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to present myself as for real and someone to be taken seriously. Um, by the way, please like, subscribe. Also go to my socials on IG, Blissfully Dope the recipe, or blissfully dope underscore the recipe, and also explore while poor. That's going to be my bread and butter, is explore while poor, where I'm taking us non-rich people to different places and different cities, especially my city, KC, baby. And I'm just exploring the city, exploring your city, even maybe. I'm taking you to places that don't break the budget. You know what I'm saying? Because none of us can afford anything right now. It's insane how everything is gone crazy when it comes to the economy. But that's not why I decided to come on here and talk. I'm on here just to chat, to have a conversation, to get to know you so you can get to know me. Haven't been on in a while. For those who don't know me, I am Miss Blissfully Dope. You may see me on Twitch at times. You may see me on YouTube most of the time. And like I said, please like and subscribe. I need it, y'all. Please. We all struggling out here in these streets. But I just wanted to jump on because I have questions. I need answers. I want your answers. You know, I know my answers. I want your answers. Um, the last time I posted, maybe not in the best headspace. Things have changed. Lots of things have changed. And it's for the good. I will say that. For the good for the most part. Um, I just want to know the answer to this question. So, this is what I've been thinking about, and I wanted to come on and just express myself and hear your expressions as well in the comment section, or if you're on the socials in the chat, or whatever the case may be. Um, so, dating. Let's talk about dating. So, if you've been dating for over 6 months, because I say 6 months because anything before that, it's basically you getting to know each other and seeing if that's who you really want to be with. You're trying to figure each other out. You're trying to really get to know each other without the best behavior, I guess you can say. And even in 6 months, you don't know people at all. You really don't. It takes at least 2 years in my book to really get to know someone for real, to see the ugly side and to see if you can handle, if you want to handle the ugly side of that person. But I digress. Um, when do you make it official when you are in a relationship? Is it the next day? Is it Facebook, Instagram? Sorry for your old heads. Facebook, legit or whatever the case may be, official. When do you want to tell the world you are with a specific person? This is something that I'm curious about, I guess you can say. Um, I know people who've been in relationships who hid it. I wouldn't say hid it. I'm just going to say they were cautious for at least a year before they let their business be known. And I am not mad at that, because anything can happen within a year, and you really don't know a person until that year mark in my book. You don't really start to get to know a person before that year mark, because people can put on a facade. They put on their best face. They use their best behavior within that year, and they can fake it real easily within a year. But after that year, you start getting relaxed. You start letting things go that you normally wouldn't let go, and you start showing your true colors. So I'm asking, when do you start telling people that you are official with someone or you're in a relationship with someone? I won't speak on myself. Well, I will say this. I don't believe in telling people my business. Unless you are a close friend of mine or close family, you won't ever know that information from me, and probably until I have a ring on my finger and I've walked down the aisle. I'm gonna be real honest with you. When the time comes, there's only gonna be a handful of people that will know or will even be at the ceremony, because you don't need to be there as if you're not close to me. That's just my opinion, and that's how I feel, and I'm standing 10 toes on it. But how do you feel? When do you feel like I'm going to tell everyone that I'm with this person? Or when do you feel that person is even worthy of being publicized, I guess you can say? Or do you want that? Because that comes with a lot when you put your business out there for other people to scrutinize and judge. Um, like I said, I've seen it all. I've seen someone who didn't tell anyone, like make it public anyway, that they were in a relationship until they were engaged. And they had been talking for well over a year. And I respect that. That's their business. I've also known people who have been talking for 3 months and have posted themselves and pictures of themselves everywhere. And that's their choice too. And I respect that as well. But what do you do? Like if you decide to do that whole 3 month or sooner deal, so what happens if you start finding out stuff about that person you didn't know before? How do you handle that? Do you think if your mate or the person you're dating is not publicizing you 3, 6, 9 months down the line, do you think that maybe they're trying to hide you? Why would they be trying to hide you? Do you think there are some underlying or hidden reasons why they wouldn't want you to be known to their family, their friends, the people they're closest to? How do you confront that situation? Are you just being a little bit paranoid? Are you bringing baggage from other or past relationships into your new relationship where the trust may be an issue? Those are things that I've considered and I'm intrigued about myself, that I work through, because I know for a fact that I have past baggage from a past marriage and past relationships that I've been in, that I am trying not to bring into my relationship I have now. And it's completely different because when you're open and honest with communication, you're not perfect, but you're open and honest, and you're trying to lay down a foundation that is solid in all realms: spiritual, physical, mental, emotional. When you're trying to lay it all out and make it work, you want to be honest. You feel comfortable being your full and true person. You feel safe in that situation. So, and let me tell you, I've drank a little bit of wine, so don't mind me if I'm a little slow or delayed. But that's why. I just want to know, how do you feel? How do you handle the I don't really want to talk about this. I don't really want this publicized right now. I'll tell you this about me. I used to think that it was cute to be all over social media with your mate, because that's what we see a lot of. We see people, especially in a lot of these rooms and a lot of these um, posts that we see, are people all over each other, kissing, hugging, snuggling together, whatever the case may be. But then the more I looked into stuff and the more I've had conversations with people, the more I realized that a lot of that is staged. Who just happens to have a camera right there just to show all this? Who has a camera in the tub when they're in the tub with their mate? You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people do that, but who happens just to have it at the right angle at the perfect time? You know what I mean? To show to everyone. I mean, if that's what you choose to do, then God bless you. But it seems a little staged. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, when do you want to put your life out there, or tell your story to everyone? When do you feel like it's safe for you to do that? Do you have like certain standards or certain rules, or not even rules, because that's a harsh word to use. Maybe certain goals that you have to surpass to get to the point where you want to make things official and you want to tell people your business? That's a good question, I think. I think it's a fair question anyway. Um, Also, how do you know that your mate or the person you're dating wants to be known, wants to be out? I feel like this, and I've learned this because I am a big old age right now. And I'm starting to, I really appreciate slowing down, being patient, pumping the brakes, and learning to do that, and learning to be okay with just being he and I and our children and our family, our close family and associates, or family or friends, or whatever the case may be. And I use the word friends very rigidly because people use it too freely. Everybody's not your friend just because you talk and hang out with them. They're friendly. They're not your friend. But that's a whole different conversation for a whole different time. And I am not this is not the time. Let's just say that. I just wanted to know how you feel about making your relationship known. I say this because I had this conversation with my significant other, or the person I'm dating. And I'm thinking, he's like, you know what? I really don't want to post my relationship. I really don't need people to know my business. And at first, I took that as a slight, like, so you trying to hide me? What am I? What am I to you? Who am I to you? Why are you trying to hide me? That was me jumping over the cliff to that conclusion. But I also have seen people in their relationships, and I seen them jump into it very quickly, and I see them in relationships that they are not absolutely happy in. And maybe if they would have taken their time and gotten to know each other, maybe even if they kept other people out of their relationship, family members, parents, whatever the case may be, it may have been a better situation for them in the long run because they got to know each other without the influence of other people. I think that's a huge deal, is to get to know each other without the influence of him and her or whoever in your mix. I think you should get to try to figure what you want with each other out, figure out where you are, where you want to be, without other people inserting their 2 cents that's not asked for and definitely not needed or required. I'm not saying you don't want to take advice from people who are more mature, who have more experience in relationship matters, people who have been married for years, people who have been through things that you have not been through. I also am a believer in talking to not just married people or people who have been in relationships or who've been there and done that, but also people who are single. I feel like it's fair to get a balanced assessment from everyone, so you can be clear maybe on the pros and the cons of being in a relationship, or if you want to move forward with a relationship. And if you hear a toilet, I am sorry. I'm in my guest bedroom. I'm in my media room, and it's not as insulated as I would like it to be. And I have a teenager, so we all know how that can go. But anyway, I just it's so new and fresh to me, and I just wanted opinions. I wanted comments. Um, I just want other people's opinion, basically, on what you think about being out and letting your business be out. Not all of your business, because no one should let all their business be out. That's a mistake. But letting people know where you are in your relationship status. Is it a big deal? Is it a make or break thing if you don't want, if someone doesn't want people to know that you're in a relationship? Now, what I am saying is this is in the beginning stages. Now, if you're like down the line and maybe your engagement status, you're engaged, you're making plans, to buy homes or rent together, whatever your situation is, to be in a committed relationship, get married, to make this a legit and official thing. I think at that point, people should know. Now, if that's a secret, I think that might be something else that maybe you need to have a long and thorough discussion with your mate about. But as for me and my man, being in the early stages, and knowing how people can try to be the most sometimes, and people want to be nosy, and some people don't want to see you do well. I'm gonna be honest. Some people are unhappy, so they want you to be unhappy too. I have been married. I have been in a situation where my ex's family members inserted themselves in my relationship and even tried to control it. I've also been in situations where my family tried to insert themselves and make themselves president. Was the president? I can't say the word. I told you I've been drinking. Made themselves more important than they needed to be in my relationship. I've had family members go behind my back after my divorce and speak to my ex and ask him for stuff, which is a no-no to me. Because if I'm not asking for it, you don't ask for it either. But we will talk. I've talked about that before. No, I don't even talk to them people in my family, and be honest with you, because if they do that, can you really trust them? You can love them, but can you really trust them? But anywho, I just want to know, like, what's your thoughts and opinions of, like, letting people know your relationship status. The older, and as I was stating, the older I've gotten and the more I've actually communicated with my beau, I realized that I really don't want people in my situation or my relationship. I have, like I said, a child, a teenager. I have a mother who knows the limit, nothing more than she needs to know, and I'm okay with that. Um, I have close friends who know enough, and I have a relative, a close cousin of mine who knows maybe a little bit more, because I view her as my sister. She's closer than a sister to me. I mean, I have siblings, but they're younger, and I just don't think they mentally or emotionally can understand where I'm at. And I'm looking at their situations, and they need to deal with their own situation. So I go to my cousin because we're closer in age. We've been through everything together, ups, downs, everything together. And I feel like she will be honest with me because she loves me. Our faith, like our faith at large is what shapes us and molds us. So I trust her judgment because of that. um I just feel like I talked to her about stuff, and I'm going to talk to her about some other things coming up. um I just other besides that, I feel like I don't need to tell anyone about my personal business because I've been there and done that. And I see how people latch on or can be negative. Some people are positive and want you to be happy, but some people aren't. And some people are shady, a little salty because of their own situation. And I've decided I think I'm just going to keep things. I like things being quiet. And when the time comes, I will let people know, where I'm at and who I am and when I move and whatever the case may be. But it took me a while to get to this place. That's the whole point. It took me a while to look at both sides, kind of play devil's advocate. Well, are you trying to keep me a secret? Who are you trying to hide from? Who are you talking to? And I realized you can't even look like I said, at our big age. If you're going to be out and you're going to be doing devious stuff, you are malicious in your intent in your relationship, then whatever you choose to do, you're going to do it regardless anyway. When I find out about it, it's over, it's done, you're dead to me. I'm going to be real honest with you because I don't have time for that. No, we can't be friends. You can go on and never speak to me again, and I'm going to live my life just fine without you. I don't need it. I'm at the point where I have my own home. I have my own everything by myself for me and my child. And when I'm getting into a relationship with someone, it's because I actually love that person. I need them as far as my emotional and, you know, I guess emotional and mental well-being. It's and physical, but not because it's an absolute need for survival. That's not the case at this time in my life, because I can survive alone and be just fine with it. I've proven that already. Um, it's not just a want, it is a need, but it's a need that is intentional. It's not because I need someone to pay my bills. It's nice to have someone help you, but that's not the intent. The intent is because it's love, it's companionship, it's wanting to give your love and wanting to receive that love back. And that's where I'm at in my life. And if you feel like you need to love on multiples, then you are more than welcome to do that. But I'm going to remove myself from that equation and go do my thing, and you can go do all the things. That's where I'm at too. I just, I'm like that with friendships. If you want to be friends with me, I'm only best friends with my man. I don't do female best friends. And that might be a topic of discussion later. Who knows? But I don't do female best friends at this big age of 40 plus. I have close friends that I love and respect and support. And my best friend's my man because he's the person I'm closest to. He's the person I want to grow old and learn and grow with. And I can't say I want to do that with a female. I mean, that's just where I am, where I'm at and who I am. So, with all that being said, I just jumped on here because I haven't been on in a while. Like I said, a lot of people don't really know me right now. I haven't been on in literally over a year, I think. Maybe. I don't even remember, y'all. That's how long ago it's been. Last time I was on here, I had just had surgery and the Chiefs had won the Super Bowl. Well, that's been twice now. So, but that was last year. And I was sick and on here and probably high as a kite from the medication. So, but please let me know your thoughts, your comments on this matter. I'm curious, what do you think is a great time to start telling people you're dating? When do you feel like, it should be out and you should let people know? Is it sooner than later, or is it a little bit further into the relationship where this is actually what you want and who you want to be with? Is it the day of the wedding? You know what I mean? Let me know what you think. I'm very curious to hear your opinion on this matter. Well, once again, I'm Blissfully Dope. This is just, a little pop-up, please go to Explore While Poor on Instagram. That is my page. There's new content coming. I'm about to start editing probably tonight, so be looking out for that. And also I'm going to be doing a little bit of traveling in the coming months. When your daughter's graduating, you get a little more free time. So yes. So be looking for that. And please reach out to me. You guys take care, be safe, love your loved ones, and love yourself as well. Bye.